Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, so here we are on Mines, and take a good look. I'm going to stop this real quick to counter. Take a good look at the WN8 stats of the enemy team compared to our team. What do you think's going through the head of anybody that has XVM, which pretty much over half our team has XVM enabled on our team? Looking at that, they have Thugs. They have 200 IQ. They have Fate. They have Otter. They've got Ujoy. They've got, oh my gosh, they had cream of the crop on their team. The odds of us winning this match were slim to none. I don't have the mod that shows up somewhere like what your odds of winning it are, but I would say we maybe had a yeah, look at the T57 just said, what WTF is this? Obviously, what the fuck is this? He says something too about the matchmaking being real fair, which, I mean, if you look at this, it's like, how did they get every good player on that team, and we've got a handful. I mean, we do have a one Mahu player, and the Tanker 91, and there's myself, and there's Tanking Gats 10, pretty good player, and we've got a guy from NEAT, and the obviously 277, and I've got my son, in his 62 T62A, and you can see his WN8 is still consistently going up. He's to 1,066 now, so that's going up. His win rate's going up. He's really doing phenomenal. So basically, this is the student has become the master, and you'll gonna see. I'm gonna mix this up a little bit, and I'm gonna have a view of well, I'm playing what you're seeing, and then I'm gonna have my son's replay also mixed in here, so you'll see kind of what we were both seeing, and I'm gonna try doing it at the same time so you get a good idea. So we're trying to get up here, and then here comes their team, and it's not looking good, but that Batchat 25T just got pretty flippin' melted. He's down to 150 health, and he's probably not even loaded yet. But looking at this area right here, I'm thinking, okay, they've got a very good artillery player. I don't want to just get set here and get pounded by Artie. So I think yeah, I can see here come the Artie shells. So I was talking to my son, and I told him he just got splashed by Artie. You can see these rounds are coming in. Good players, they know how to shoot, where to shoot. And I thought, you know, I'm going to try and get a couple shots in here. And then I see a Super Conqueror where heat is not going to go through the turret of a Super Conqueror. I was already preloaded, so I thought I'd try shooting at the commander scope a little bit at that. That's basically like being hauled down. So I take one more shot, and it was kind of almost a waste of 3 shells, basically. So I told my son, I said, you know, Bub, I said, look at this. Their whole team's right here. I said, look, pop over here. I said, we got our Type 5 over here. And I said, oh, here comes a Moss and a Type 5. And it's looking bad. It's really looking bad. But this is where I always say, don't count your chickens before they're hatched. Because by the looks of it, they probably got, I'm thinking they might have got a little overconfident, thought, we're just going to roll over these guys. Look at this team. This is like a Clan Wars dream team here. And so we commenced to basically tearing this enemy team up and spitting them out. We actually walk over these guys like they were a noob clan that just, their WN8s were all 200. I mean, we just tear these guys up and spit them out, literally. And I was pretty shocked. I was very pleased at the performance that everybody did in this match. And this poor Moss, I felt kind of bad for him. Between my son and I, we tear this guy up so quick. I think the Type 5 might have shot him once or twice too. But we tear this guy up so bad, it's not even funny. Just watch him get melted. So he's kind of wiggling back and forth, but I think he's kind of freaking out, not knowing where to go. He's just like, Rut-row Raggy. And his 3,000 hit points is over half gone now. And yeah, this poor Mosh just got melted. I pulled out a wee bit too far there, and the T-92 hit me for 197. The 62A back there hit me for 323. But I stopped shooting at anything to the right so we can get rid of that artillery, because now their long-distance damage doer is out of the game. So these guys are up on the hill and pushing, and my son and I, there's T-95E6 over there, the Clan War reward tank, and there's also a 57 Heavy down here. So I told my son, I said, Bringer of Death, I said, hold on, let me try and get a shot at this T-95E6, and then I'll be on my way. Wasn't going to get a shot at him because he's hiding behind the building, so I figure I'm going to flex around this way, come through the buildings, and help come up with my son and help get rid of that T-95E6 after I run into a building. So we're winning 5-3. We've only lost 3 tanks right now. We've taken out 5, and we're seeing this, and I'm like, holy crap, Austin, we're doing really good. I'm thinking we might be able to win this. I know some people might look and say, well, why'd you fix your track? When you're in one of these medium tanks, you want your mobility to be the best it can. So I fixed my tracks so that I was able to spin, turn, move, because you lose mobility when you lose your tracks like that. So I've shot all my heat rounds, and I'm down just to APCR rounds, and T-95E6 gets a shot at me, but the nice thing is my reload is a lot faster than his. And I could take another shot from him, but I look to my right and I'm like, holy crap, there's 2 183s over there, plus a 57 Heavy still. Plus my motor just got knocked out. So, you know, in hindsight, I kind of wish in a way I would have not used my repair kit, because I could have used it for my motor. But my son and I are just working together here back and forth, and we get rid of the 57 Heavy. And now we start working on these 183s. So yeah, my son and I are just tooling these 183s down, but the problem I was looking at is all they have to do is splash near me and I'm dead. 228 hit points. Yeah, that I won't fare too well with all of them. All they gotta do is splash near me. And I get hit by the 183. He didn't even hit me, he just splashed me. I wish, let me pause it, maybe I can see where the round hit. He didn't hit me, I know that. I think he hit, oh, the wall, yeah, the wall that was right here, that's not there right now, that's exactly where he hit. He hit that wall, and it was enough to actually splash me for 228. So I ended up getting taken out, and then I switch over to my son's view. But I'm going to actually show you, you know, parts of the gameplay that he was seeing as he played too. But yeah, so we're winning 9-4 against a team that should have just probably rolled right over us. But that's what I always tell everybody. You know, a lot of people have XVM and they have installed up there where it shows your win chance. And I always say don't pay any attention to that, because for one, somebody might be having a crappy day, or you know, maybe they'll get disconnected when they're playing and then they're out of the match. So you can't really count on those percentage of saying what if you're going to win or lose. I mean, that's just, you can't go by that. And I always say, you know, when you have odds like this that you're looking at that are overwhelming, sometimes these are your best games. You could get a lot of damage, get a lot of kills, get a lot of awards, and you know, pull off a win out of something that might have been or could have been or should have been a loss. Kind of cracked me up that 140 goes ramming down at the 183 and completely misses between both of them. Ends up killing himself. My son's down to 22 hit points, so he's trying not to get hit by anything. He's trying not to get rammed, but he's able to take out the 183, and the 62A that's up on the hill is all that's left. And we ended up only losing 7 tanks to their 15. So kudos to this team, and hooray for the underdog, because this really was a phenomenal match that, to be honest with you, I was really shocked and surprised that we won. And then that last, it was 62A there, gets taken out, and we win that match. Yep, a match that we probably actually shouldn't have won. That's why I always say, you know, even when you're the underdog, you know, don't give up. when you're the last tank, don't go drown yourself. I mean, that's how you end up getting Kolobanov medals when you're 1 against 7 and 1 against 8, because you might have a bunch of Muppets coming at you and end up coming out with a Kolobanov's medal and steel wall and a ton of credits and stuff because you stuck it out, had 2 hit points left, and ended up taking out 7 players. So don't, you really got to look at it, and don't ever drown yourself or go shoot yourself against a wall and blow yourself up. It's just not worth it. I mean, you're doing no one any favors. You're making yourself look like a jackass, and it just doesn't pay off in the long run because you could have done really good, could have got possibly a bunch of medals and credits, but you'll never know because you went and drowned yourself. So anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this match. Phenomenal match by everybody on this team. But my son actually did more damage than me, and he got more kills than me. So that's what I was saying. The student has become the master. Anyways, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this match. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I'll see you on the battlefield. Alrighty, so this is going to be from my son's perspective in the T62A, and you can see that's moi in my very colorful K91 machine gun. And we both are heading up to try getting center, and I can't really talk for what he was thinking, his thoughts, or what was going on through his mind, but he got a good shot in on the T25. You can see I got a shot in on him, and he's pulling up here, and at this point I'm kind of seeing him, and I'm trying to back him up because he's got a little better armor than I do, because his turret armor's like 300 something. Unfortunately, our 277 gets up in there. He tries going center, and he decided to drive in front of 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 tanks. I don't know if that 57 Heavy had any shots at him, but these guys did. So, yeah, he made a really bad error and tried driving up there. And actually, I think there's a bat. Yeah, that shows the bat chat up there, which the bat chat's almost dead, but I think the bat chat could have gotten shots at him too. But, so anyways, Austin is taken up front and center there. He plays a lot like me, and I think that's because mainly from, me trying to teach him and him watching me play. He plays a lot like I do, which is actually a good thing. He doesn't sit back there, in his tank or heavy tank, behind rocks, 10 miles back sniping. He tries to get right up there and get in the mix of things and do what he can to help the team. And he just gets his track knocked off by artillery, and artillery did 8 damage to him. So it's always good when arty hits you and they only do 8 damage. But that one kind of sucked right there. The Super Conqueror gets a chunk taken out of him with 397, and he's kind of backing up. And I'm telling him, watch the corner over there, and he was taking a peek, and you can see I'm still trying to get shots off there, and he's trying to squeak up here and get shots off. And to be honest with you, the other side has the leverage. That side is the better side to start from, because it's easier to get, you got rocks in front of you, and it's easier for you to get hauled down than it is on this side. This side you pop up, and it's not too easy. But so my son and I come down here to help the 57 Heavy. So we're both rolling in here and gonna back him up the best we can. And the Type 5 takes that hit, and then we just start tearing these guys up. I mean, we just roll right through them like there's no tomorrow. So yeah, we're getting some. The 62-8 doesn't have a 5.5 second reload like mine, but Austin gets hit for 496 by the. See, and the thing with those Type 5 Heavies, they didn't even gotta aim. I'm gonna take a peek and see if I can see where he got. Oh yeah, see, the guy shoots him right in the turret. So basically, all the Type 5 did is turn his turret, point, click. He didn't even aim. If he would have aimed at his lower plate or even his upper plate, he would have done more than 496 damage. But he hits right on the hardest part of the turret and still does almost 500 damage. That's why, that's what they mean by when people say that the Type 5 is dummy proof, because basically it's got phenomenal armor, it's a bitch to pen, and you don't even got to aim. You don't have to hit a tank. You got to hit near it and you'll do damage. I mean, I got hit yesterday. The guy shot a tank away from me almost in a Type 5 Heavy, and he did, it was like 60 or 70 damage to me and knocked me out. He didn't even hit me or near me, really. So yeah, the Type 5 is kind of a dummy-proof tank. But don't get me wrong, I enjoy playing it too every once in a while. It's a fun tank to play when you just want to go out there and just butt rape people. Now you can see we're both moving in on this Moss, and we're just doing the best we can to get him taken out as quick as we can. But it was nice because we're kind of sharing hit points there. You can see that he was kind of half down on his health, so I told him, you hold up, I'll take some of the damage now. And that's, hit point sharing. That's one of the biggest things you can do to make your team last, or your platoon, last, is basically hit point sharing. You take some damage, your teammate takes some damage. You take some damage, your teammate takes some damage. That way, one tank doesn't take all the damage and then gets knocked out. The only problem that happens is if the enemy team is really good, and which in a pub match it doesn't usually happen. It's more in your Clan Wars matches where they do the focus firing. If you see it happen in a regular pubby match, more than likely the teammates are platooned up, and they know to focus fire. Just everybody shoots at one tank until it's dead. But so Austin's right there, and you can see that I'm coming up behind him this way, and I'm going to try and help him by coming up that way and coming around to get on the back side of that T95E6. See, Austin was backing up there because there was also that 57 Heavy that was right over here. And, if he popped out, he was looking at getting shot. And he's also, so basically he's in a crossfire because he's got to worry about that T95E6 getting shots on him too. Plus there's a couple 183s right to the right of him. So we just start drilling this guy. Yeah, and of course the T95E6 is shooting heat. The funny thing is the T95E6 has got such good penetration, and it really doesn't need to shoot heat at what Austin, Bringer of Death, my son and I are in. That thing could easily pen us with its standard rounds. There's that 57 Heavy, and you can see that Austin and I are just trying to do the best we can at, whittling them down and doing damage. And I'm right behind him, so I'm being real careful not to shoot him when he pops out and takes a shot. I got to make sure I don't accidentally shoot him. See, if you saw that 183 didn't even hit Austin. He hit the building. Hit the building and did like 50. I mean, it was only 50 damage, but he didn't even come close to hitting Austin. Or, excuse me, Bringer of Death. Sorry. Not used to calling my son by his in-game name when we're playing. But here I get schmucked in a second by one of the 183s. I think that was, yeah, it was me that just got knocked out. There's my smoldering carcass back here. Where is it? Oh, right over there. But yeah, so this Bringer of Death is just kind of working on these guys the best he can. And he's pretty low in health. He's got 578 hit points, but he's, backing up. He's doing the right thing. He doesn't want to overcommit and have those 183s charge at him, because basically, we've got a Type 5 Heavy over here, and the 57 Heavy took off. So it's really a Bringer of Death and Type 5 Heavy over here by themselves. And if those 183s would have tried, pushing at all, pretty much, they could have taken out either the Type 5 or Bringer of Death, and that's not going to work out well for either of them. But there's a 62A that just hits Bringer of Death and knocks him down to 311 hit points. And Bringer of Death is down to, he's been down to, standard rounds for a bit here. He hits the 183 on the side of the turret, and the 183 gets a lucky bounce. And now Bringer of Death is down to 22 hit points, and he just got ammo rack, so he's trying to sneak in here to hide behind the 183 so that the 62A can't hit him. And it worked out for him. He ends up taking out the 183, and he's up to 5,580 damage. He's only blocked 400, but if you stop and look what is shooting at him, Type 5 Heavies, which it's going to pen no matter what, because it's hitting you with an AG shell, and the 183s, which are saying they're shooting Hesh rounds. He hits the 62A, but he hit it in the turret, and round bounced, and the 50-51 was able to finish him off. Actually, the 50-51, myself and Bringer of Death, my son there, carried this match pretty good. Or not carried this match. We did a lot of damage. We were, I think, in the top 3, top 4. So yeah, my son ended up doing, Bringer of Death ended up doing 5,580 damage, blocked 400, and had 486 assisted damage. And you'll notice when you're playing tier 10 matches where it's all tier 10s, and or when you have a lot of these super Unicoms and Unicom players, you'll see a lot of just getting hit with straight heat, premium rounds. Heat, and that's just the way it is when you play the higher tiered matches like that, when it's all tier 10s. Because people know that basically they're going to be better a chance of them having a premium round loaded to pen whatever rolls out in front of them versus a standard round. And some of the tanks, their standard rounds are 240 some pens, so yeah, they're going to have to really probably shoot heat rounds to get up into that 330, 340 average penetration area to actually be able to pen some of these things like your Type 5 heavies, your IS-7s from different angles and stuff. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, so this was a lot of fun, and it was really nice to actually win against a team that had just all super Unicoms and Unicoms, except for they had one player that was yellow statted and everybody else was either high green Unicom or super Unicom. And we had a couple yellows, a couple oranges, a couple greens. So yeah, the odds of us winning this match and we overcame it was just a phenomenal thing. So anyways, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this match, and if you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield. Well, what do you think of that? That team was full of super Unicoms and Unicoms. They had, I think, one green player. If you saw at the very beginning of the match, you saw probably, I think it was our 57 Heavy said, great matchmaking. I mean, the team that they had, I thought we were going to get our butt stomped. And I must say that the student has now become the master. My son actually outscored me in damage and did a lot better than, well, he did 15 more hundred damage to me, but I'll give him all the credit. He did an awesome fucking job. He did great. 4 kills, 5,580 damage, phenomenal. I did 3,905 damage, got 2 kills. The top 3 of us here, TVP, my son, and myself, we carried that match. Between us, we got 8 kills, but still, I mean, that team was literally, I mean, UJoy, P-Duck, they had 200 IQ, Thugs, who else did they have? They had, Fate, Otter. I mean, come on. That's like all the clans that are rated in the top 5, literally the top 5 and 10. And we had Mahu, which did the second most damage in the 50-51, my son and I, and then we had Mobsters and Tough, and Tough only, that's too Tough, that's probably like their secondary backup clan, and he only did 387 damage. Literally, they had like a dream team of players on that team, and we kicked the snot out of them. So I ended up getting a Mastery Badge Class 2, a Duelist, and a Fire for Effect. I got 11 bonds out of that, made 88,545 credits, and 3,417 experience. The funny thing was, well, I did shoot a lot of gold rounds, but that's because Type 5 heavies and stuff that I was trying to pen wasn't gonna, I mean, this does have really good pen, and I think I actually ran out of, yeah, I had 26 shots, and I only carry 17 premium, so I started dipping into the standard rounds, but I think I shot mainly all premium. But yeah, I wasn't playing around on that match with what they had. I was really excited that we won that match. That was awesome. I was able to put 5 rounds into the Moss for 1,265. I got the kill on him. Super Conquer, I bounced around from him, spotted him, and he got hit for 119 damage. 57 Heavy, I hit him twice for 595 and knocked out his ammo rack. The Type 5 Heavy, I hit him 2 times for 606. Bat Chat 25T, I hit him 1 time for 304 and knocked out his track. The T95 E6, I hit him 2 times for 682. Spotted him, and he got hit for 149 damage. One of the 183s, I hit him one time for 313. And artillery, I was able to put a round in the side of him for 140, finished him off, and knocked out his gun. I originally spotted him, and I got spotted him and got assisted damage of 360. So I did third most damage at 3,905, got 2 kills with a base experience of 1,035. We had 26 shots, 20 hits, 14 pen. So, and you can see 14 pen out of 20, and I shot mainly premium rounds, so yeah, if I would have been shooting plain standard, which I would prefer to shoot standard rounds mainly, but I wasn't going to be going through a lot of that. The Type 5 Heavy, if you see a Type 5 Heavy, I hate to say it because I love driving mine. It's basically a dummy-proof tank, and sometimes I like to just hop in it and go drive around and shoot people in the face with that big derp gun. But in order to pen that, you basically got to use heat rounds, unless you get really good clear shots at that weak spot on the very front where the driver's port and the gunner port is. So we did 3,905 damage, distance of 300 meters or more, 140 of that. We got hit 7 times, 6 I'm like, well, 6 bounce, wow. 6 penetrated, 1 bounced, and we got hit from some splash damage from artillery, and damage blocked by armor was 400. We spotted 1, damaged 7, destroyed 2. That's funny because I thought it said I spotted 2. Nope, it was 1, I'm sorry. Spotted 1, damage 7, destroyed 2, and damage with my assistance was 628. And we ended up losing 51,554 credits, but I would have lost 151,000 credits on that match just for the simple fact that we beat a team that we probably really shouldn't have beat. I mean, that was like literally a dream team against basically standard stock kind of players, your mediocre players and less. I mean, we didn't have anything super special on our team. And to pull a win off, I bet you they were crapping their pants, and I can imagine they were flinging some nasty grams back and forth to each other, telling each other uninstall. But anyways, yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.